Hello YouTubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Hoppets. Today looking at yet another beer sent to me by the guys at alesbymail.com. So thanks a lot to the guys at alesbymail for the beer. Check them out guys if you're based in Europe and you want to get some good ass beer sent right to your doorstep. So today guys we're going to be looking at another Wild Beer Company beer, and this is one of their limited releases, and this is the 2014 edition Redwood. Now they call this an autumn fruit harvest barrel aged sour red ale. And it's a sour red ale on 5.8% that is made with sloes, blackberries, elderberries, damsons, and rose hips, all collected in hedgerows around the brewery, which is really cool. And then they also age it for a year in Scotch whiskey barrels, Burgundy red wine barrels, and the second use, or modus operandi barrels, so barrels that's already had their modus operandi sour. So, triple barrel aged sour with berries. That sounds freaking good. So, let's get this one cracked open and check it out. So, I got the 2014 Redwood poured, and there is not much carbonation on this bad boy. There's a slight amount. There is a kind of a bubbly, almost beige head to it, but it's a nice kind of burgundy type color, almost kind of a muddy copper, but it looks nice, kind of. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, I'm smelling the berries. Elderberries is probably one of the more dominant ones. And also some interesting barrel character. It's mostly, I think, a vinous red wine quality, but I think that might be because, to me, the Flemish or red sours, brown sours, are kind of vinous already. A slight cherry note to it. There's the blackberries, kind of brown sugar. It smells pretty, like, balanced for a sour. I'm not smelling super sour, but it smells nice. I really dig the kind of barrel components. There's a little bit of that Scotch type whiskey as well, but really kind of vinous, fruit forward sour. So it smells interesting. Let's give it a taste. Cheers guys, and thanks a bunch to the guys at alesbymail for the beer. Kind of a sharp sourness up front, but not insane. There is some carbonation to it, but not insane amounts. The flavors I'm picking up the most is like the kind of red wine vinous character, and there's a little bit of the berry component, like the sloes and elderberries. I think are the most prominent berry type flavors. I'm not really tasting like rose hips and all that stuff, and damsons and stuff. Maybe some of the blackberry, yeah, but mostly it's that, and then some like oaky dryness. So it's a pretty nice beer. Not my favorite Wild Beer Company beer. I'm actually a little bit disappointed in this one because I think one of my subscribers told me that this was awesome, but I actually prefer the modus operandi, which was really nice, dead-on Rodenbach Grand Cru type beer. You get some bitterness to it as well. I think that might be from the sloes, because as far as I remember, it's been ages since I've had sloe. The last time I had sloe, I think, was in my dad's homemade akavit, or biesk. But they're kind of bitter as far as I remember. But I think that's where the bitterness is from. There's mostly the red wine flavors if we're talking about the barrels they use. But still a nice beer, but my biggest beef is the carbonation. Because if it had more carbonation, it would be a much more flavorsome beer. But it's still really nice. Definitely good stuff. But as I said, more carbonation would work better, and I think I definitely prefer the modus operandi. So rating-wise for the Wild Beer Company Redwood 2014 edition, I'm going to go 82. It's still a really nice beer, but it just doesn't hit all the way up in that high, 90s territory and stuff like that. But just because it's lacking that carbonation, if it had more carbonation, I'm pretty sure this would be like dead on. But maybe it's just my bottle. I'd love to hear from you guys in the UK if you've had this and you've had a more carbonated bottle, if that's better. Because so far what I've had, I've only had 3 beers or 4 beers from Wild Beer Company, and what I've had has been really nice so far. So I think this might just be an unlucky bottle. So guys, definitely let me know what you think of the Wild Beer Company Redwood if you've had a chance to try it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.